what was the genesis of this kind of work for you? Like, what was in the early mid-70s as you were, music and performance were sort of a big part of your life? How were you coming to make?
I started developing the ideas of manipulating physical objects as if they were musical notes. And that was kind of the beginning of the theater of musical optics. I'd wander in the street and I'd see something that looked really unusual. I wouldn't know what it was or where it came from. When you put it in a linear context, you take a small rock and you put it between a piece of a metal machine and a piece of a Band-Aid with blood on it, and then it takes on a different meaning.
Yeah, and for something so reduced.
So reduced. It's on a stage this size with a small frame within it, and it's not like I even used the whole space.
It's fascinating how you got to that. I mean, your work's music, and so this was music to some nth degree, and even the frame, the theater of musical optics, is a kind of construction.
It's music without sound.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, music without sound. Now, you look at some of the sound art projects that have happened in the past 30 years, and here's a perfect example. Someone calls it, it belongs in the art world, but it's sound. If you can make art with sound, can't you make music with objects or with something visual? As far as the performance, well, I mean, a theater musical happens at midnight. It happens in my apartment. You sit down, you sit on the floor, you know, it's completely dark except for one small microscope light on this small table. And then here I am sitting with this garbage that I found, or that's found me. It could be a piece of a garter, like when I did the Jack Smith Requiem. All of the pieces related to Jack. There were things that he had given me, that I had found at his house, that, you know, we had found together, something that, you know, like a piece of a lobster claw, it all related to his work in some way. A piece like Dracula would seem to have a narrative going. Maybe there'd be a small piece of a mirror, maybe something that looked a little like a coffin, you know, maybe a tooth, you know, all these things that kind of related to the story, and then I would put them out in different ways to spark your imagination.